All right, y'all. Every Friday, of course, we have our Education Matters segment. And so today we're talking about how do we keep sisters, folks, mainly sisters, but also brothers as well, focused and involved and interested in STEM. Now, look, I'm with folks, science, technology. I got the technology part, but the science and the engineering and the math part, yeah, it could bore the hell out of you. So, Raven, the Science Maven joins us right now. So you make this thing interesting. Lord, please tell me how, because I'm saying when I was in school, I was like, man, woo, I wish I was somewhere else.
Yes, I mean, I find science so interesting because there are questions everywhere and you can use science to answer them. And I think that's exciting.
Okay, you think it's exciting. Okay, but how do you make it exciting? If you're teaching it, how do you make someone interested where they say, you know what, man, I really want to hear this thing, get involved in this thing?
Well, everybody's not the same. And I think that the best approach to have when you're teaching is to get to know your student and be culturally relevant. And so when I am teaching science to a student, I think about their culture, I think about their neighborhoods, what is relevant and important to them in their lives. So I've taught in inner city schools in Buffalo, New York, and I found that when I use rap music to tie in science concepts in the classroom and in my lessons, the students gravitate towards that and they get inspired to write their own science music. And so now then we're applying our knowledge to music and making our own thing, and we're learning. And I think it takes a lot of patience to do that, but what you get is a tailor-made lesson and opportunity for a student to be engaged with science. It's all about that.
When you were teaching, did you also move it out of the classroom into a natural setting? Because to me, that also sort of changes it up. I remember going to an arboretum when I was in elementary school, and it changed my view. We were talking about plants and different things on those lines. I mean, that was different because you were literally, you're in nature, you experience it, as opposed to sitting in a doggone classroom looking at a picture in a book.
Yes, I mean, like when I've taught lessons that involve math, instead of having students with a paper and pencil, I took them outside and we did math equations on the sidewalk with chalk. And they just enjoyed being out of their seats and getting in nature and saying, okay, I don't have to crunch numbers at a desk. I can do it in a park, or I can do it wherever. Students, I think it's important to get people out the classroom and expand their minds about learning.
Questions from our panel. We got a couple of minutes. Let's see. Matt, Crystal, Michael, which one of y'all are probably better at science? You know what? If I had to bet, I'd probably say.
Good at science.
Yeah, right. I'd probably say Crystal.
I was good at science.
Crystal, were you good at science?
I don't know that I was good at science.
Okay, no, you weren't. You weren't. See, right there. If you start off with, I don't know, I wasn't good, right there. Okay, Michael, you start first real quick. What's your question for Raven, the Science Maven?
All right, Dr. Raven, I was on your YouTube channel today. You got skills. I saw your rap video. Explain to people what a molecular biologist is and talk about your partnership with Olay.
Sure. So a molecular biologist is someone who studies molecules and how they generate life functions. And so we've heard of molecules, you can think of adrenaline is a molecule in our body, melanin, right? Insulin. Right. These are all things that we've heard of. Those are molecules. And so I partner with Olay because they find my STEM story inspiring, and they have a goal to double the amount of women in STEM and triple the amount of women of color in STEM by 2030. And so through sharing my story of being my authentic self in STEM and sharing my enthusiasm and excitement for science and encouraging other professionals to do the same, whether they're in STEM careers or not, we're hoping to contribute to that effort to increase number of women of color in STEM.
Crystal, we got about 30 seconds before Doc has to go. Crystal, what's your question for Raven the Science Maven?
Yes, Dr. Raven. I just wanted to know, are you taking your, the things that you're doing, you should take this on tour and, share this across the country. And I just wanted to know, how are you educating not only the students that have influence over immediately, but nationwide?
That is a really great idea, and that's something that I would like to explore. I just finished my doctorate, so now I'm Dr. Raven, the Science Maven. And now that I'm finished with grad school, I'm thinking, what's next? And I think that it would be really fun to do a tour, especially since I do create music, but also that would give students an opportunity to meet me in person and be hands-on. And I think that we'd really be able to create something special when we're together in a room, getting excited about science and making music, dancing. I think it would definitely be something for the culture, for us. And I think, if anybody's watching this who has a school that they think I should come to, let me know. But I think that's a wonderful idea. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
How can folks reach you? How can folks reach you? Raven?
Yes, are you here?
Yes, how can folks reach you?
Oh, you can reach me if you Google Raven the Science Maven. All of my social medias pop up. I am on Instagram as Raven the Science Maven, on Twitter at Raven Sci Maven, Facebook at Raven the Science Maven, and I'm even on TikTok at Science Maven, and of course on YouTube as Dr. Raven the Science Maven.
And
thanks.
You mentioned all that, and you didn't mention your own website.
Yes. My website is scimaven.com.
So, Raven, let me help you out when it comes to branding. Always start with your own website. Start with that first, and then you mentioned all that social media stuff because you want folks to go to your website. That's your domain first. So start there. Always start with your website.
Yeah, sometimes I just tell people, ask Siri, because she's quick to tell.
No. Siri ain't here in the studio. Everybody watching.
I'm joking.
But you gonna brand. You gotta brand yourself first versus the social media because they come to you first if they want you to speak. Trust me.
Yes.
See.
Thank you, Roland. That's a really great tip.
I know by speaking money. Trust me. Raven, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Like, wow, Roland was amazing on that.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?